Have you ever wondered if the people around you are truly genuine, or if they're just putting on a mask? In a world where appearances often take precedence, it can be difficult to separate the real from the fake. But what if I told you that you don't need to be a trained psychologist to uncover someone's true character? You can spot the signs just by paying attention to their everyday actions. Actions that reveal who they are. This video is your guide to uncovering those hidden clues. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to better understand the people in your life, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. I'm going to share 2 powerful psychological signals that reveal someone's true nature. These signals are simple, yet profound, and you'll be amazed at how they can change the way you perceive the people around you. So why should you watch until the end? First, learning how to spot these signals will help you make smarter decisions about who you trust and who you let into your life. You'll discover how to identify genuine kindness, integrity, and respect in others, and even in yourself. By applying these techniques, you'll not only improve your relationships but also your emotional awareness. Stick with me, and by the time you're done, you'll have a new perspective on how to see through the masks people wear, and you may even learn something new about your character. Don't miss this opportunity to transform the way you connect with the world. Let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. How a person treats those who can't return the favor. If you truly want to understand someone's character, don't listen to what they say about themselves. Watch how they treat people who have nothing to offer them in return. It's one of the simplest yet most revealing tests of integrity, and it plays out in everyday situations, often without the person even realizing it. Many people are on their best behavior when there's something to gain. They speak kindly to their boss because they want a promotion. They charm potential clients because it benefits their business. They're polite to someone they're romantically interested in because they're hoping to win their affection. But what happens when there is no hidden motive? No advantage to be gained? That is when a person's true nature comes to light. Think about the small, seemingly insignificant interactions that happen every day. A waiter accidentally spills a drink. Does the customer respond with patience or frustration? A cashier at the grocery store fumbles while counting change. Does the person waiting in line show understanding, or do they roll their eyes in irritation? A janitor walks by, quietly doing their job. Does the person even acknowledge them, or do they act as if they don't exist? The answers to these questions reveal more about someone's heart than any words they could ever say. A genuinely kind person doesn't adjust their behavior based on who they are speaking to. Whether they're interacting with a CEO, a janitor, a millionaire, or a homeless person, their attitude remains the same, rooted in warmth, respect, and sincerity. They don't see people as stepping stones or obstacles. They see them as fellow human beings, deserving of dignity and kindness. But not everyone operates this way. I've witnessed people who were all smiles and charming when speaking to someone they admired but turned cold and dismissive the moment they interacted with someone they considered beneath them. Their true colors were revealed in how they treated a restaurant server, a gas station attendant, or a security guard. They spoke down to them, ignored their existence, or acted as if acknowledging them was a waste of their precious time. It's a disturbing thing to witness, yet it happens all the time. Have you ever been in a restaurant with someone who snapped their fingers at a waiter as if they were summoning a servant? Or watched someone berate a customer service representative over something trivial, taking out their frustrations on someone who had no control over the situation? These moments expose the cracks in a person's character. Psychologists emphasize that a person's behavior toward strangers, particularly those in service roles, is one of the purest reflections of their true self. Why? Because when someone is interacting with a person who holds no power over them, There's no incentive to pretend. If they are rude, dismissive, or impatient, it's not because they had to be. It's because that's who they truly are when no one is keeping score. To truly gauge someone's character, observe how they interact with those who are often overlooked: the cleaning staff, the elderly, the disabled, and the homeless. Do they make eye contact? Do they acknowledge their presence with a smile, a nod, or a simple thank you? Or do they walk past them as if they are invisible, as if they don't matter? A person's kindness should not be reserved only for those who can reciprocate. If someone only treats people well when there's something in it for them, that's not kindness, that's calculation. True kindness is shown in moments when there is nothing to gain, only a chance to make someone feel seen, heard, and valued. But this isn't just about judging others, it's also about self-reflection. How do you treat people who can do nothing for you? When was the last time you thanked a janitor for their hard work? Do you look a cashier in the eyes when they greet you, or are you too busy looking at your phone? When a stranger holds the door open for you, do you acknowledge them, or do you walk through without a second thought? It's easy to assume that our small, everyday interactions don't matter. But they do. You never know what someone is going through. A kind word, a patient response, or even a simple smile can be the difference between someone feeling ignored and someone feeling like they belong. At the same time, noticing how others treat those without power can save you from forming misguided relationships. If a friend, coworker, or potential partner treats you well but shows cruelty to those they don't need anything from, be careful. That is not kindness. It is manipulation. One day, when they no longer need you, you might find yourself on the receiving end of that same cold indifference. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So the next time you meet someone new, don't just listen to what they say about themselves. Watch how they treat the people society often ignores. Pay attention to their attitude toward waiters, janitors, receptionists, delivery drivers, and cashiers. Do they offer a warm smile, or do they act as if these people don't exist? And as you observe others, take a moment to reflect on your actions. Ask yourself, am I showing kindness to people who can't do anything for me? Am I making others feel valued, or am I too caught up in my world? Because at the end of the day, it's not wealth, status, or accomplishments that define a person's character. It's how they treat those who can give them nothing in return. In a world where so many people are chasing power, success, and influence, the real measure of greatness is simple. Do you choose kindness, even when no one is watching? 2. The psychological value of keeping promises. The second crucial factor in understanding a person's true character lies in the psychological impact of keeping promises. A promise, no matter how big or small, is not just a string of words. It is a reflection of one's integrity, reliability, and deep-seated respect for others. A promise is a silent contract, an unspoken commitment that builds the foundation of trust in relationships. In many ways, it defines the kind of person we are. It is easy to make promises when emotions are high, when we are feeling generous, or when we want to impress someone. But the true test of character is not in the words we speak, it is in the follow-through. How a person treats their promises speaks volumes about their values, their sense of responsibility, and their emotional maturity. People who honor their word, even when it is inconvenient or difficult, prove that they can be counted on in times of need. On the other hand, those who casually break their promises, as if their words hold no weight, show a troubling lack of dependability. From a psychological standpoint, promises carry a deep emotional weight. When someone keeps a promise, it strengthens trust and solidifies relationships. It sends a powerful message. You matter to me. I respect you. My word is not just empty talk. It is a reflection of who I am. But when a promise is broken, it leaves behind disappointment, resentment, and, in many cases, irreparable damage. It is not just about the failed commitment itself. It is about the deeper message it conveys. A broken promise tells the other person, You are not important enough for me to follow through. This subtle betrayal can plant seeds of doubt, making others question whether they can truly rely on that person in the future. The emotional impact of broken promises. Few things sting as much as realizing that someone's word means nothing. Imagine the feeling of being excited about an event, only to be stood up. Imagine entrusting someone with a responsibility, only to watch them forget or ignore it. It's not just disappointing, it's hurtful. When people repeatedly fail to honor their commitments, they develop a reputation for being unreliable, and once that trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult to rebuild. A single broken promise might be forgiven, but a pattern of them can permanently tarnish a person's reputation. Over time, people start to expect letdowns, and relationships suffer. Friendships weaken, professional credibility fades, and even family bonds can grow cold when promises are taken lightly. Psychologists like Albert Bandura, who developed social learning theory, emphasize that our repeated actions shape not only how others perceive us but also how we perceive ourselves. If a person constantly breaks promises, they subconsciously start seeing themselves as unreliable, which can erode self-esteem over time. On the other hand, those who make it a point to follow through on their commitments, even when it's inconvenient, reinforce their self-respect and credibility. The power of small promises. Many people assume that only big promises matter, but that's far from the truth. In reality, the seemingly small, everyday commitments we make reveal the most about our character. It's easy to say you'll be there for someone when they need you, but do you show up? It's easy to promise to call back, but do you make the effort? The way people handle small commitments is often a strong predictor of how they'll handle major responsibilities. If someone can't be trusted with minor obligations, such as showing up on time, keeping a secret, or completing a small task, how can they be relied upon when something truly important is on the line? That's why it's crucial to pay attention to the little things. Do they show up when they say they will? Do they follow through on even the most basic agreements? A person's reliability is revealed in the details of their daily actions. The true test of integrity. Integrity is not tested when things are easy. It is tested when things get difficult. Keeping a promise when life is smooth requires little effort, but honoring a commitment when faced with obstacles reveals a person's true nature. Some people use difficulties as an excuse to back out of commitments, while others find a way to follow through despite the odds. When life throws unexpected challenges, illness, financial troubles, family issues, does a person still honor their word, or do they abandon their promises at the first sign of struggle? This is a fundamental question that helps reveal who can truly be trusted. Ask yourself, does this person seek solutions when problems arise, or do they make excuses? Do they communicate honestly if they cannot fulfill a promise, or do they ignore the issue and hope it goes unnoticed? Do they offer alternative solutions when circumstances change, or do they simply walk away? These behaviors give deep insight into someone's character. A person who respects their commitments will do everything in their power to uphold them. And if they truly cannot, they will take responsibility, acknowledge the broken promise, and make an effort to repair the damage. How people handle broken promises matters. While nobody is perfect, how a person responds when they fail to keep a promise is just as telling as the broken commitment itself. Brené Brown, a leading researcher on trust and vulnerability, highlights the importance of emotional maturity in handling failures. A person with integrity will own up to their mistake, offer a genuine explanation, and take responsibility. On the other hand, someone who constantly makes excuses, shifts blame, or minimizes the importance of their broken promises reveals a lack of accountability. Worse still are those who dismiss the impact of their actions, showing a blatant disregard for the feelings of others. The danger of over-promising. One red flag to watch for is people who constantly overpromise. Some individuals commit to things without considering their limitations, perhaps because they want to please others or because they don't think carefully before speaking. While their intentions may not be malicious, Overpromising and underdelivering can be just as damaging as outright dishonesty. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. A truly trustworthy person does not recklessly make commitments they cannot keep. They are mindful of what they agree to and ensure they only promise what they can realistically fulfill. If someone consistently makes grand promises but rarely delivers, it may indicate a lack of self-awareness or a disregard for the importance of follow-through. Keeping promises to yourself. While evaluating others is important, it's equally crucial to examine our behavior. How often do we keep the promises we make to ourselves? If we commit to starting a new habit, reaching a goal, or improving our well-being, do we follow through? Self-trust is the foundation of a strong character. When we repeatedly break promises to ourselves, we weaken our confidence. But when we consistently honor our commitments, both to ourselves and to others, we develop a deep sense of self-respect that radiates into every aspect of life. Final thoughts. A person's ability to keep promises is one of the strongest indicators of their character. Trust is not built on words. It is built on actions. Observing how someone handles their commitments, big or small, will tell you everything you need to know about whether they can be relied upon. Next time someone makes a promise, pay close attention to what happens next. Do they follow through without hesitation, or do they look for ways out when things get inconvenient? Do they communicate honestly when they fall short, or do they pretend it never happened? And most importantly, ask yourself, am I a person whose word carries weight? Because in a world where trust is fragile and promises are often empty, being someone who truly honors their commitments is one of the most valuable and rare qualities a person can have. We've explored the deep psychological power of keeping promises and how it reflects a person's true character. Trust isn't just built on words, it's built on consistent actions, small commitments, and the ability to follow through even when it's inconvenient. A person's integrity shines the brightest when they honor their word, even in difficult times. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's one key lesson you've taken from this video? Is there a specific commitment you plan to take more seriously moving forward? Maybe it's being more reliable in your friendships, honoring the promises you make to yourself, or becoming more mindful of the commitments you make to others. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to read them. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content to inspire and guide you on your journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Rocket Sparkles.